YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'm doing a live feed real quick. I'm sorry, I'm eating. Got some Chipotle up here. Hold on, let me wait a second. I'll wait for some people to come in here. Big Face, what's going on? Big Face making $10,000 a week. 10,000 a week. Hey man, I'm at this place, man. I'm over here on the west side of Atlanta, man. I was on the board yesterday. I was on Uber Freight board yesterday, man. They had a handful of loads, paying anywhere from $1,000 to about $1,700 to go short. A bunch of short loads paying anywhere from $1,000 to about $1,700, man. Yeah, man, what's going on? Money Mike, what's going on? I had to book it. I usually don't work that much on the weekend, but like my whole goal is to I'm striving to make as much money as I can Monday through Friday. Now, if I do see some freight that's paying real good, I'll go ahead and work on the weekend. So, as you can see, I'm in the truck. It's on Sunday, right? So, that last video, my last live feed I did the other day when I was in Florida, it wasn't no freight. I had to deadhead out of there. It's all good. That load paid $2,000 to go down there, so it's all good. So, I had to deadhead back up to Georgia. Yeah, get all you can before winter. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of trucks down here in the South, man. But the crazy thing about it is because all those guys that run all over the country, they don't know what's down here. So I spend more of my time in the South, learning the South, so that way I know what's in here. Because a lot of guys who run all over the country, they can't compete because they don't know what a freight is. So like when I was at Snyder, I was able to do $3,500 to $4,000 a week running in the South, running 3-4 states. Like a lot of guys, they run all over the country, right? Run all over the place trying to make $4,000 a week, when I just run down here because I know the freight. I know which loads come out which day, and I know if I gross 700, 800, 900 a day, I'm good. So a lot of guys don't know how to compete like that because they don't know the area. So they'll look on the board, they ain't gonna see nothing because they don't know, okay, that particular moment, they may not see the freight that they're looking for, but an hour later, the freight, it may be some freight there. So, like, I'm always on the load boards, man, because these brokers always putting loads up on the board. Because, like, guys go home on the weekend and, like, they don't look at the board. So, while they're not looking at the board, I'm looking at the board, and these brokers put some loads on the board. Uber Freight, DAC Load Board, C.H. Robinson. Damn, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, babe. I'll call you back. Hold on, babe. I'll call you back. I'll call you right back. So, what I was saying, the deal is like when guys like guys, you gotta make time for your business. Yeah, that's right, Outlaw, man. Yeah, so you gotta invest time in your business, man. You can't treat this like a job. You can't punch out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got to be working. So if you really trying to grow this motherfucker to something that's worth something, you always got to be working. Now, a lot of guys make argue with me, and they believe in working harder instead of working smarter. I believe in working smarter and still being able to have a life outside of trucking. So, like, I'm gonna strive real hard to be able to make all my money. Just like the next guy, I'm gonna make all my money in 4 days, 3 days, 5 days. While that other guy over there working hard. You know what I mean? You got to work smarter, not harder. You know what I'm saying? So it's being more efficient and stuff like that. So it's not necessarily like a lot of guys, you know, they have this mindset about running real hard and getting all the money you can get. But while you working so hard, you spending more time being a laborer and working hard than actually working on this right here to work smarter and learning how to work smarter and make all the money you can. This load right here is paying $1,200 to go 100 miles. Yeah, this load here is paying $1,200 to go 100 miles. I don't know, what is that? Like, it's really like 90 miles or something like that, but it's probably about 100 miles. So I'm like, okay, that's about $12 a mile. You know, I mean, if you want to look at, okay, the time that's tying up your truck. So this load is going to tie my truck up half of the day and pretty much all day tomorrow. But I'm going to take my truck in to the shop anyway. So this load ain't due until tomorrow night at 10 o'clock or something like that. So I'm going to go and take my truck to the shop, have, you know, do some maintenance and whatever, get that done, and still be able to go and run this load. You know what I'm saying? Get that stuff out of the way. So it's just like, you know, yeah, this truck for $1,200 is tying up my truck for the whole day. But, you know, you gotta make use of your time. So, but yeah, man, I just wanted to share with y'all about this load that I got off the Uber board. I was on the Uber board. It was a handful of loads up there. It was a load paying $1,400 to go to Charlotte. I seen on there. They had a load going down to Kissimmee, Florida, paying like $2,400. They had a load. They had a handful of loads. I say about 5 or 6 loads paying anywhere from $1,000 to like $1,700, going very short, anywhere from 50 miles to maybe like 250 miles. I seen a load paying $1,400 to go 250 miles. A load going down to Kissimmee, Florida, paying $2,400. And like the crazy thing about it, all those places I've been there with other companies. It's crazy. Like this place right here, I've been in trucking almost 10 years. I've been here 1,000 times at this place. I never got $1,200. I've been here a handful of times at Snyder. I've been here a handful of times when I was a company driver. And this is my first time being here at Traveloco. And like when I came here with Snyder, I think the load that I pulled out of here paid like $300-400 or something like that. This load is paying me $1,200. Now when Traveloco get their cut, it might be like $1,050, maybe $1,050 or something like that. But still, I never got no 1,000 nothing with Snyder. You know what I'm saying? And I guess the point is get a fucking truck and trailer. Not only just a truck, because you need more than a truck. You need a truck and trailer. But yeah, man, I don't know what the hell I was talking about. But yeah, I just wanted to check in with y'all, just a random load, cause you know, in Atlanta it's a lot of freight. Atlanta is a big trucking hub. There's always freight coming in and out of here. So I was just browsing on the board. I was like, oh shit. I called my girlfriend up and I told her, I was like, damn babe, look, I'm looking at a load for $1,200. Cause we got to get together later on today, and I was trying to figure out how to get this load and still go to the get together later on. So I'm like, fuck. And she was like, oh yeah, it's fine. You know, we ain't got to be there until 5 o'clock. As long as you get done by, 4 or 5 o'clock, you should be good. So I'm in the dock right now. I'm getting loaded. I got a green light. I got a 11 o'clock appointment. So hopefully I get up out of here and get back to the yard. But yeah, man, you gotta always be checking the board, man, because you don't want to leave no money on the table. I think it was a great opportunity to get this load because I'm gonna go and take my truck to the shop tomorrow, and I'm gonna get the alignment done, and have them balance the steer tires, and I might get a tire rotation, but so far that's about all I'm gonna get. But yeah, man. And y'all got any questions? Let me see. Is Memphis good for loads? Yeah, Memphis good for loads. What you talking about? Memphis is like almost Atlanta. All that freight, it's a lot of freight that come out of Memphis, man. A lot of freight. If you pull containers, Memphis is a good place if you want to pull containers. But even if you don't want to pull containers, like Memphis is a good place. Freight rates in Memphis is pretty good because you're far away from the coast. So you're kind of like almost Memphis is almost the Midwest, almost the South Midwest. Memphis is a good place. The rates are pretty good coming out. Like when I was at Snyder, I used to get rates out of Memphis anywhere from $1.60 to about $2 a mile. So if I can get anywhere from $1.60 to $2 a mile in Memphis at Snyder, I know I can get $3 a mile out of Memphis over here. Having access to the load boards. So I'm like, yeah, Memphis is pretty good. Memphis is a good place to be if you got a truck and trailer. Yeah, man. Hey, Big Face Trucker, man. Go ahead and download that Uber Freight app. Because I know you got your authority, man. It be some loads on that pan. It be some good loads on that pan, man. It be some good loads on that pan. If you got your own authority, and then you don't have to give away none of the money. You keep all the money, and you just, like, if you got your own authority, all you got to do is get a factoring company, and they charge about 2, 3, 4%. Like, if a load paying, hold on. If the load paying $1,200, right? 1,200 times 0.04%. You got to pay a factoring company $50. So if you got your own authority, like with me, I'm giving up 12%. So if my load is 1,200 times 88%, I'm gonna get $1,050 out this load. Because I'm leased on with a carrier, right? Now if you got your own authority and you get this same load times what, 95%? No, let's say 97%. 7%, and you have a factoring company, you making about $100 more, about $110 more. You'll be making. So having your own authority is a little bit of benefit. You keep most of the money, you know. So you book a load for $1,500, you know, you gonna get $1,450 out of that load. 1,500 times 0.97, you're gonna get $1,455 out of that load, and you pretty much guaranteed to get the money, because if you got a factoring company that does no recourse, you pretty much guaranteed to get the money, because they're gonna fight to get the bills. So I'm trying to figure out how these factoring companies make money. I guess if they factor like 50 bills a day, if they factor 50 bills a day times the average revenue, rate on a bill is $50 per bill, they probably make about $2,500 a week. I'm just trying to figure out how a factoring company make money. They basically flipping money. That's all they doing. Yeah, they flipping money, man. This load here, like I seen a bunch of loads on the Uber board the other day, yesterday, and this load here is 15,000 pounds. I seen a load going down to Kissimmee that was 45,000 pounds, and that load paid $2,400. And then I seen a load going up to Charlotte. That load was 40 something pounds. So I seen this load, I was like, shit, the load is going 100 miles, 15,000 pounds for $1,200. I'm not burning no fuel. It's just crazy, man. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, I'm waiting on the green light, man. Waiting on the green light. This load right here paying this load right here, load right there paying $1,700 to go to Baltimore. You like, it's a handful of nice paying loads on Uber. You gotta learn how to work the Uber board. You basically gotta wait to the day of and look for loads on Uber board, because when you wait to like maybe the day before or like the day of, the rate goes up. Because I was watching this load, I was watching maybe 3 or 4 different loads, and this load paid like $700 when it first got on the board. But every day the load goes up a couple $100, and closer it gets to the appointment time. So when I booked this load, when I seen the load on the board, it showed $1,000 on it when I seen it. But when I hit the button to book it, it said $1,200. Between me looking at the load and pressing the book it button, the load went up $200. I was looking at some other loads, all them loads pretty much doubled. So like a lot of guys, like with Snyder, they get used to like booking loads a week out in advance. When you got your own truck and trailer out here on an open market, you don't have to book loads in a week in advance, man. You can book loads the day before or the day of. That's the best time to book loads. So, like if you on the board, on Uber's board, find a nice freight area, book a load to a nice freight area, and then deliver that load. And the day of, you can watch that board and them rates gonna be looking good. Or as you running up to your delivery the day before, you can book loads before, and you can get some good rates. That's the best time to book loads on Uber's board. But see, a lot of guys assume that you go on the board and it's just gonna be all these loads sitting up there paying all this money. Like, you gotta understand, it's a lot of competition out here. It's thousands of drivers. Like, when you out here on the open market, there's thousands of drivers just like you sitting watching that board. So you gotta watch the board, and you gotta be, like, I'm used to it because Snyder, I learned a lot at Snyder. So Snyder has taught me how to watch the board and know the rates and stuff and knowing what to do. But yeah, man, yeah, see this load right here? That load right there paying $270 to go 26 miles. I would watch that load, because I guarantee you by tomorrow or tonight, that load will be $1,000. I guarantee you. This load right here paying $900 to go 270 miles. I would watch that load, and I guarantee you that load will be $2,000 by the night or sometime this afternoon, or sometime tomorrow, because the pickup time is tomorrow at 1500. This load right here, see this load right here? It's $1,000 to go 500 miles. Okay, I would watch that load. I would watch that. Okay, it's picking up in Alabama. That's about an hour away from here. Piedmont, Alabama. That's about an hour away from Atlanta. That load is $1,000. I would watch that load, because it's 40,000 pounds, and not too many guys want to pull 40,000 pounds. I would watch that load and see if it'll go up, and I would consider booking. I would watch it. I mean, if the load goes up to about 15, 16, 1700, I would book it. So you got this load here, 2400. It's going up to PA. I would watch that load. Let me see. Okay, it say 45,000 pounds. It say it's pallets. Pallets don't weigh 45,000 pounds. Yeah, it's a pallet place. Yeah, this is a pallet place. So pallets don't weigh 45,000 pounds. Pallets about 37,000, 37.5. Any of y'all haul pallets? You know how much pallets? Pallets don't weigh that much. About 35,000 pounds. So I would consider running this load. The rate need to go up a little bit, because it's going from Alabama up to Pennsylvania, and that's a lot of tolls. I would consider that load. I would need about 2,800 for it, because, like, with me, I don't have a toll thing, so I'll have to pay my own tolls. So I would need about 2,800 for that. Yeah, I would need about 2,800 for that load. But yeah, I on this Uber board, I treat it just like Snyder board. I just keep refreshing the board. Every 30 minutes, I refresh it. Every 15 minutes, every hour, I go on there and refresh the board and see what's on there. And, you just get lucky and you book the load. So a lot of guys don't like that, but you gotta understand, out here in real world trucking business is very competitive. Just like you, there are thousands of drivers out here looking at load boards, bidding on loads. So it's just like, if you're not ready to get out here and compete with other guys for these loads, then maybe you might want to go back and be a company driver. But like with me, you know, I don't want that. I want something bigger than that. So if you're gonna come out here, you gotta be ready. But yeah, man, I thought I'd share with y'all and what's going on, man. I just like to help guys see the benefit of getting their own truck and trailer. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they mad. I've been talking to a few guys, they mad at Travel Loco and stuff like that. I'm like, I'm not worrying about that stuff, man. I'm not worrying about that. That ain't, I got my own truck and trailer. If Travel Loco, if something happened to Travel Loco, I just wipe them numbers off my truck and go to somewhere else. I got a truck and trailer. They don't bother me. I'm getting, for the time being, I'm getting money, and that's what I'm doing. So I'm not really worrying about that. What I do like about Uber Freight is that they pay. Everything is done. Everything is done through this app. Like, everything is done through the app. So, like, you don't have to do nothing. You just, when you book the load, you don't have to do nothing. You just turn on the app and you just go pick up the load. The app would already do your arrival call. The app does your arrival call automatically. And then when you leave, it does your departure call automatically. So you don't have to do nothing. Detention, all that stuff, layover is all automatically. So Uber Freight is great, man. Like, I talked to the people at Uber Freight. They seem like some nice people, man. It's a great program, man. It's a great program. Cause you know you're gonna get paid. Like, if I sit up here all day long, you know you're gonna get paid. You just check with them, say, hey, I've been sitting here for 5 hours. I need to get my detention. Nope, you don't gotta set an ETA. You don't gotta do none of that. Charles, what's going on, man? You don't gotta set an ETA, man. This ain't, I'm trying to tell you, this ain't Snyder, man. Snyder about that company driver bullshit. It's bullshit. Like, the only thing you gotta do, man, is just do your logbook. You don't gotta do all that bullshit. You don't gotta set an ETA. But what you do have to do is do check calls with brokers. So, but with Uber, you don't have to do that because it's all in the app. So they already know that you're here. So they already know because the app keeps tracking you. So the app is tracking you. It knows I'm here. Like, when I was driving up here, it said you have arrived. I don't know if any of y'all was an Uber driver. I drove Uber for a little while last year, and everything is automatic, man. Everything is just streamlined, you know, and everything is automatic. So, you know you're gonna get paid. So you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, man, this video is 30 minutes long, man. I just wanted to check in with y'all, man, let y'all know what's going on out here in my venture with a truck and trailer, man. The differences between Snyder and big mega carriers, and being with a small company, being leased on with your own truck and trailer, and booking loads on the broker board and all that good stuff, man. But I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.